As you know, when in opposition, we always opposed the media decree, which was later on converted into an act, and it was done in 2010 by the then military government to basically muzzle the media in this country. And they continued to treat the media with disdain, with contempt, until we have now come into government, and we have given that freedom to the media already without the repeal of the act. But that was one of the decisions or the promises we made throughout our campaign, throughout our time in opposition, that once in government we will repeal the Media Development Industry Act, Media Industry Development Act. And that is what this coalition government is going to do by introducing a bill in Parliament to repeal that act. Well, basically, as I said, that act or that decree was designed to shut the people up, and by extension, when you shut the media, when you stop the media from holding the government to account, when you stop the media from critically analyzing what's happening on the ground in terms of the issues, or reflecting the views of the people, which may go against the government, and that's what they tried to do. They didn't want any media organization to write anything or to broadcast anything or to criticize them. So what they did, they favored certain media organizations, and obviously the state broadcaster, which was funded by the government, became totally a mouthpiece of the military government, and later on the Fiji-based government. Of course, there are other media organizations which had exclusive advertising opportunities, which relied on government advertising as the main source of revenue, and they too were compliant and turned a blind eye to anything that they needed to do to hold the government to account. Instead, the compliant media, or those sympathetic to the military government and the Fiji-based government, hounded the opposition. They hounded the opposition. In fact, they were holding the opposition to account more than holding the government to account. So I think it is a great decision by the coalition government, as announced by the Honourable Prime Minister, that act will be repealed, because that will give the media freedom. It will allow the media industry in Fiji to develop its own regulatory mechanism. As you know, there was always a media council, and I hope that the industry will start planning and organizing, to put in place, a very powerful and well-organized media council, which can help the media industry to regulate themselves. Of course, all the other laws, defamation laws and other laws are in other legislations. They will always be there. If there are issues about defamation and all that.